Hello grapplers and welcome to a new video. Today I want to talk about the general mechanics and how they changed. But before that, there's a few things that I need to address about Zangief that have been discovered by Veggie, Fat Manatee, and Tam, and other people from the Zangief community. First of all, very important, and this is very well known now, but due to the headbutt change, or very likely due to that case, headbutt no longer triggers a regular throw. It was a great thing to have because the throw was safer. Now if you really want to throw someone, you have to commit to the SVD. The other thing that is weird is that the damage of all the Russian Suplex was nerfed. Now it's doing 2,600 when it used to do more than 3,000, if I remember correctly. However, if you get the punish counter version, you're gonna get the same damage as before, which is 3,680. Yeah, 3,680. So this is likely a bug for the character, and I hope they fix it because it makes no sense. Because the regular version deals more damage. 2,900. Remember that in stun scenarios, the damage is scaled. So there could be a weird situation where you think you're gonna kill, but actually the OD Russian Suplex doesn't. And you'll be in the corner, which is likely when it happens, and the opponent will be alive. Full meter, so be careful. The other thing that is probably a side effect of the headbutt change is that this does no longer work. Remember that back in the day, the previous season really, you could do 3 lights into knee. Well, this, if you do it immediately, you whiff it. You'll see here, boom, boom, and I mash it, I whiff it. This creates some weird scenarios where previously you could get like 2 lights into knee and it also no longer works. Even on hit where you could get 4 of them, no longer triggers the knee. However, my recommendation here is that if you delay the knee a little bit, like this, you still hit the opponent with the knee. Same on block. So you have to delay it a little bit and it still works. You still get the +2 or the +4 to +6 of the other one. It is an issue and I don't know if they're gonna fix it because this is creating some problems for basically poking into knee. It was discovered by Manatee, I think. If you throw them with Spinebuster in the corner and you dash immediately and do crouchy light punch, you're gonna be +7. That means you can combo into Health Stab. Or if the opponent has a slow super, a super that is slower than 10 frames. I think Ed Super Level 1 is 13 frames. I don't know why I'm not dashing. There you go. You're actually safe. I also took a screenshot. Do remember that you no longer can kill frames with stomps. This is no longer a thing, so if you want to get some Oki out of this, you have to manually just walk forwards or drive rush. Something I forgot, to be honest, but there's been some weird confusion about the change to crouching medium kick. Crouching medium kick only scales if you start your combo with crouching medium kick. If you do like this combo, let me show you something. This, you'll see that my damage is 2,142. If I do crouching medium kick, nothing changes. However, if I start the combo with crouching medium kick, my damage is now 2,320. And crouching medium punch, 2,620. There's usually a 300 difference between starting your combo with crouching medium punch or crouching medium kick. So it's not gonna change your punish counter or counter hit combos. What will change is the frame traps you want to apply. For example, if Luke wants to backdash, for some reason the standing light kick on block, and you go for crouching medium kick, your combo will be scaled. This is actually scaled. I do feel some players will need to adjust to crouching medium punch more often, and also using stomps, because stomps are actually the very low now if you're close. And if you do the crouching medium kick inside combos, it doesn't matter. So if you start your combo with crouching medium punch, and the next DRC you want to use has crouching medium kick, that doesn't change anything. So if you start here, that combo is not scaled, so don't worry about using crouching medium kick when you already started the combo. The first one is the change to parry. Now you have to hold back parry to parry mids and highs, and down back to parry and parry to parry lows. I have Luke set up here to perfect parry a low, but with the imperfect parry we have right now. You'll see that the frames don't actually change. Crouching light kick is -3 on block. It's -3 here. And if I change this to headbutt, for example, and put Luke to crouch block, the headbutt is still +4. So you can still parry, but the benefit from doing the imperfect parry is that you recover more meter. You'll see that this is basically giving me an entire meter. So the benefit is not necessarily taking your turn back, but getting more meter. But you can still be in a mix-up. So be careful about that. You see that was a punish counter? If you perfect parry headbutt incorrectly, Zangief can steal SPD and you're gonna lose the meter you gain from perfect parrying the headbutt. This is a very lackluster change to the whole situation because throw loops are not out of the game. They're still in it. This is probably just a small thing to stop certain pressures. Some characters are benefit more from this than others. The second one is throw escapes. The person that is taking the throw, that is surviving the throw, will get more meter. You'll see I'm gonna put Luke to have 0 super meter. You recover like 10% or 15% and 1 dry meter. In this game, this will create some strange situations because who is taking the throw sometimes? Some weird reason. Let's try to imagine here. They try to shimmy you and then throw you like this. If you take the throw there, then technically Zangief is the one that is gonna be defending from the throw. So they're gonna get the dry meter and the super meter. Since this game is so throw heavy with so many delayed throws, shimmies and other stuff, I'm not really sure this is the right change. It's good on paper because the person defending will take the throw. The relationship of Street Fighter 6 with throws is weird. So who knows, maybe people will start in the meta later down the year, people will just delay the throws. They want the super meter. Who knows what's gonna happen. If you hit someone with a counter hit sweep or a regular sweep, and this does affect Zangief, now they can back recover. This is especially complicated for Zangief sometimes because one of the Okis he had was drive rush from SPD into this. If you were using sweep as a punish counter, which I think is the way to use this sweep, this changes nothing for you. You still have the safe jump, all the Okis from the sweep punish counter. However, for the regular sweep, you have to change a lot of things. Basically, you have to manually drive rush and time whatever thing you want to do afterward. If you want to do knee, you have to manually delay it. This is an overall nerf to everybody. It's not just to Zangief. I do feel Zangief might feel affected by this because it's pretty common for you to use sweep because of how long it is. But again, sweep for Zangief was a whiff punisher, not necessarily a poke like other characters like Luke, Akuma, Ken, or Ryu. They just walked crouching heavy kick sometimes. For them, this change is more significant. It's another change, and this is a specific change to crouching medium kick. If the opponent that had a crouching medium kick DRC went for this, they could throw you, right? And they could also do this, a shimmy. The change they implemented now is that if you're mashing your throw when they go for the crouching medium kick, crouching light punch, you will take it, or you will grab them if they try to shimmy you by back walking. See? I'm trying to shimmy, just to demonstrate this. But now I'm grabbing them. Obviously I'm delaying the throw with Luke, so it is connecting. Because this only applies to the first or second active frame. It's a weird change, but basically if they try to shimmy you after a crouching light punch, you can grab them. So they need to react fast and take the throw. This has a few downsides, because the backdashes in this game obviously escape throws. So if the Luke player wants to do this, that basically baits your attempt to throw. It's still a 50-50 about this whole thing, but at least if someone wants to use crouching light punch, which is a true block string by the way, that's the big thing about this whole situation. It's a true block string into a +2 or +1 depending on the character, or even more in some instances. They could just walk back and throw you. That is no longer the case. I guess that's a good fix, but people are gonna just backdash. In the grand scheme of things, I don't know if this changes anything. I think the parry change is just a band-aid. Even though this game has some low-high mix-ups, the bigger mix-up in the game is actually throw. And parry does not counter it. I really don't know if this is the right change. It changes nothing for projectiles. So people with projectiles, some of them got nerfed if they start a combo with a projectile. But overall, it's not gonna change necessarily the neutral of the game. Some characters actually got nerfed like this, like Honda, who's a very well-known character to be -3 in your face with sumo headbutt. Now he has to guess if the opponent's gonna use crouching light kick or throw me, or a standing attack. So that's something Honda will have to deal with. The person taking is interesting. I don't think it's a good solution for the problem that it throws. So people are just gonna shimmy you, neutral jump you. So incentivizing the throws in a game where the pressure is so high, I don't know if that's the right call. The changes to crouching medium kick, DRC, crouching light punch, or a light attack is interesting, but still not good enough. It's still pressuring you. They still have frame traps, so if you guess incorrectly, you're gonna eat a counter hit. And the changes to sweeps, I think that's a good change overall. I know it hurts Zangief, but for me, sweeps were being way too abusable, especially for certain characters like Shotos, and that now changes. So I guess that's a good thing. Overall, the general mechanics, I'm gonna say it again, pretty lackluster. For a game that is this old, people are gonna just fireball, drive rush, people are gonna just drive rush overhead and so on, drive rush throw you. Drive rushes are still pretty strong in this game. Are they gonna affect Zangief? We'll have to see in the future. That's all I have for today. Take care of yourselves, keep playing grapplers, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.